Ah, there you are, darling. Starting to think that some other gentleman might have stolen you away. And yet, here you are. Shall we make our way to our table then? Secured a table for the two of us months ago, you know. It was hell to get. Second floor, overlooking the dance floor below us, and with a perfect view of the underwater panorama surrounding us. After you, my dear. Now, let's see what awaits us on the menu this evening. Can I get you a light? Here. Everything here is quite divine. Been here a number of times normally, but admittedly, this is my first time here on New Year's Eve. Could start with a platter of oysters, perhaps some caviar. Oh, and they have a new seared scallop dish with lemon butter sauce. It sounds absolutely amazing. And for something a little more substantial, they have a roasted pheasant with truffle stuffing, a lobster thermidor that's supposedly to die for, and beef Wellington with a red wine reduction. Decisions. And of course, no New Year's Eve celebration would be complete without a libation or two. Champagne is a must, naturally. It is New Year's Eve after all, but perhaps you'd prefer a cocktail? They have a rather impressive list of concoctions. A classic martini, perhaps? Or maybe something a bit more adventurous. They have a few house cocktails like a Tears of the Siren or a Rapture Royale. Ah, an impeccable choice, my dear. We can share the food together. And in addition to the champagne, shall I order each of us a martini, extra dry, with a twist? Excuse me, my good man. We're ready to order. We'll have a bottle of your finest champagne, plate of oysters, the lobster thermidor, seared scallops, and the beef Wellington. Oh, and a martini extra dry, the twist for the both of us. Thank you. Now, while we wait, shall we indulge in a little harmless eavesdropping and gossip? Now, where to begin? Have you seen Jasmine tonight? She's practically dripping in diamonds. Word on the street is she has her sights set on that dashing young lad over there. With someone else. Darling, in Rapture, fidelity is a fluid concept, especially when there's that much money involved. And speaking of things old and new, have you heard about poor Bill over there? Apparently his latest construction venture has gone completely bust. He's been trying to drown his sorrows at the bar all night. Rather tragic sight, really. Darling, optimism only gets you so far in Rapture. It's a city that devours the weak and rewards the ruthless. And then there's the talk about Dr. Steinman. Have you seen him lately? He's been quite the eccentric, shall we say. Some say he's obsessed with achieving physical perfection. Others whisper that he's gone completely mad. Intense is one word for it. I hear he's been experimenting with some rather unorthodox surgical techniques. Apparently, he's convinced he can reshape the human body into something more aesthetically pleasing. And then, of course, there are the rumors about Sander Cohen. They say he's been increasingly more and more unhinged, surrounded by his macabre masterpieces. Some say he's working on some new art piece, one that's said to capture the very essence of Rapture's soul. Others say he's lost his mind entirely, consumed by his own dark fantasies. Darling, in Rapture, there's always more than meets the eye. It's a city of secrets and whispers, hidden agendas and unspoken desires. And tonight, with the champagne flowing and inhibitions lowered, those secrets are starting to spill out. You know, it's hard not to feel the tension in the air tonight, ever since Fontaine's demise. Things haven't been quite the same in Rapture. Ryan, of course, paints Fontaine as a villain, parasite, preying on the weak. And in a way, he's right. Fontaine was a master manipulator, exploiting people's desperation for his own gain. And to some degree, I agree with Ryan. His whole concept of the parasite. Those who want all the benefits of Rapture without putting in any of the work. Those who just want everything handed to them, just because they made the decision to live in this underwater utopia. But Fontaine also understood something that Ryan seems to have forgotten. Rapture wasn't built for everyone. It was built for the elite, for the geniuses, the innovators. But what about the rest of us? The ones who keep the lights on, clean the toilets, who serve the champagne to the likes of you and I. We all work hard. We contribute to the city, and yet some of the bottom are still treated like second-class citizens. Those that make Rapture function, but will never be allowed to truly share in its success. Rewards those at the top, punishes those at the bottom. The janitor in Rapture does no better than the janitor topside. In some cases, even worse, become one of those splicers. Now, with Fontaine gone, there's a new player in the game, this Atlas. He claims to be a champion of the people, a voice for the downtrodden. But I wonder, is he any different from Fontaine? Is he just another opportunist, using our discontent for his own ends? The truth is, I don't personally have the answers, but I do know this. Rapture is at a crossroads. We can continue down this path of division and inequality, or we can find a way to build a society that works for everyone, not just the privileged few. I've also heard rumors that Ryan is becoming increasingly paranoid. He sees enemies everywhere, even among his own inner circle. And with Fontaine's supporters still lurking in the shadows, plotting their revenge, well, let's just say the future of Rapture is uncertain, to say the least. And then there are the little sisters, those poor innocent creatures. We've seen them wandering around, peering through the grates. Those ghostly little girls with their glowing eyes. They say they're the key to Rapture's future, that they hold the power to heal, to enhance, to transform. But at what cost? They're being used, you see, exploited. They're the source of Adam, the substance that fuels our plasmids, that gives us these incredible abilities. But Adam doesn't come cheap. It's harvested from those poor girls, extracted from their very bodies. They're little more than vessels, empty shells, robbed of their childhood, their innocence, their very humanity. But let's not dwell on such darkness tonight. Let's focus on the hope that a new year brings. The hope that things can get better. The hope that those poor girls might one day find peace. The hope that Rapture finds peace. After all, it is New Year's Eve. Time for celebration, for hope, for new beginnings. It's getting close to the midnight hour. Darling, it's been an absolute pleasure sharing this evening with you. You are, without a doubt, the most captivating person in this entire underwater city. To me, anyway. I propose a toast. To you, my dear. May the new year bring you happiness, fulfillment, and perhaps a touch of love. May your dreams take flight, soaring above the depths of Rapture. May you find love, laughter, and the courage to pursue your passions. And for myself, I simply wish for more evenings like this, more moments shared with those I have a certain fondness for. Maybe more specifically, you? It's almost midnight. Now, let's count down to the new year, shall we? Together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.